Hello, today I would like to share some points on why learning is so important, why we should learn every day. Let's share some points about learning. What is learning? What actually we learn? We cannot learn anything which doesn't mean anything for us. You see, we cannot learn anything like this cripple because it doesn't mean anything for us, for some some group of people, and it may mean something for those whoever is exercising some work or doing some research work on this cripple, on this dead cripple. So what we learn actually, firstly, that should matter something for me. Whatever I have learned, we have learned, is actually in first place mean something for us. So we have learned that. So in learning, in that way, our learning is actually a division process. We cannot learn everything. We are divided ourselves. Like we say, I should go for art, I should go for chemistry, I should go for mathematics, I should go for painting, I should go for driving, I should go for industry, I should go for that kind of commercial activities. So we have divided ourselves. We grew, or we established a kind of relation on that substance. According to that, we make our future, or we design our own future. And in some, after some time, some couple of time, we know that we have achieved enough amount of skill on that particular subject. So now I have to settle down, and I should have go for teaching someone, and I should have go for dictating someone. But we should know one thing, that whatever I have learned would not achieve that homogeneity, that holistic approach. So whatsoever entangle I have faced in my life will make a barrier for me to grow in my life, because my brain has stopped onto one or two subjects. My brain, I do not allow my brain to study about the relationship buildings, study about the grasses, study about the nature, environment, study about my physiology, birds, about my chemical activities, commercial activities. So if in case in some time in my life I face, if I gonna face some problem on the field of these particular subjects, then I literally smash it out instantly, because I could not accumulate the kind of expertency, or kind of experience, kind of exercise on that particular field. So our life is not based on some kind of subjects. Suppose you were an expert of commercial activities, or you are a scientist, or you are a mathematics expert, or you are a painter, but you do not have that competence, you do not exercise enough on your faculties, how to manage your faculties, how to deal in some certain kind of situation. So if you could not exercise on that particular fields, you have to suffer a lot in future. So by learning, I'm going to address on these issues, that we should approach the holistic nature on ourselves. And this holistic nature will come when you know your purity, what is really you. If you think you are a Hindu, you are a Muslim, so your domain of field of study is only the Hindu scriptures, only the Muslim scriptures, only the Christian scriptures. If you feel I am a worldly being, then you are allowed to being known to every scripture, whatever in your reach. So in that particular kind of thinking, you can change your perspective, and that allows you to develop a totality of yourself. So in modern time, if we reach or get in some position, we leave that curious mind whatsoever we had in our childhood days. So that makes us trouble in the future progress, because our brain or our consciousness always wants to grow. If you refrain or abstain your brain to acquiring new kind of knowledge, then your brain is become dull and more dull. So you can see, when we are become old, our brain is such a way that it should active until the last breath. But most of us, in our case, our brain is become dull after 25 or 30 years, because we have settled in some position, and we may very, very proudly sit on some office, and we think that is all. Now I can suggest others, I can recommend others to, I can dictate others to do some works like me, because now I am in the authoritarian position. So in that way, he is only destroying his neural capacity, and he will in no time become very old, and his thinking will be very, very very, very rigid, very dogmatic. So learning is a continuous process, and we should learn, and learning should be learning will very vastly enhance when you are become spiritual, because in spirituality there is only scope. You are not biased, you are not being in partial some points, you are your nature become holistic. Okay, thank you very much.